to ban something of that nature.
I mean, they'll have to ban it. Other than that, what else is there?
Yeah.
Probably Zeus is the only other thing I can think of.
Yeah, Zeus is like a magic burst, but not really like an initiator.
Yeah, it doesn't benefit from the troll, but I feel like the troll is never going to be able to go on people if the wyvern's in the back, so you need to actually threaten the wyvern.
Do you like Invoker at all? It's very good against the 4 healers to have as well. If you go Quaswex.
I like the Quaswex idea. It just seems a big... I'm just worried about the greed level of Invoker.
I mean, you definitely don't go Exort. That is not a thing. Not with these heroes, at least.
I like Storm the most, but I think Invoker's like the next best option.
They banned the Bad Rider.
Because for Storm, what do we need for them as their last pick? Obviously, they have to pick first.
They want to have like a Brile...
A Brile hero?
Yeah, Brile, like, carry us kind of hero. Something like an Arc Warden they had before.
Pull out the Mirana again and lose.
I think they might just leave the tiny mid.
Possible
exactly
too,
like
yes.
A bad tiny 4 game.
We had them go for an Arc Warden earlier today.
Yeah.
Is it something that could be decent here? Like, is there any kind of curveball pick they could go for?
It could be good, but then they could just get brute modded and they lose.
Fair enough.
Are we gonna steal the Storm?
They could. Then if they pick Storm, I really would like Quaswex and Walker. Venomancer.
Veno.
Okay, I actually like that pick.
Preventing
But
Templar
Storm
Storm is even better now, yeah.
Storm's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, Storm is like the best right now.
Yeah.
They
be
know.
very surprised.
Don't think you are, just pick it.
Yeah, this is an impossible game for Troll, honestly. Like, he's not gonna hit anyone if they just have mass control. You go to Lincoln build with Troll now, and then they have to worry about a Venom monster.
And then you need to go Manta after.
This is definitely a feels Batman troll game for sure. I'm not.
He needs that we have to carry this.
You definitely need a Storm-esque hero.
They need a win condition, period. Like, even though the troll's like going to be empowered and stuff, you actually need a hero that enables the troll, which has to go, like, it has to have mobility through the Venom wards, and that's why Storm.
Yeah.
Anything that relies on move speed, I immediately don't want to pick.
And you also want some kind of initiate. Like, you want to jump that Venom or that Winter before they actually do stuff. Yeah.
You also want it to be non-committal initiation, because you want, like, if the Venom like gets his ult off, you just want to.
Yeah.
Imagine.
They know.
I mean, it's either Invoker or Storm for sure.
Invoker would just be a comfort.
Yeah. I wouldn't like it so much either.
It will be Invoker.
Yeah. I still think the Storm would be a much better pick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
It is so hard for them to get on top of the Venom in Winter now.
Something to be said for a comfort zone though. Gotta go with what you're strong at.
Yeah, but also that's the one thing that holds you back a lot of times is the comfort zone that you don't want to get out of it.
Is the comfort zone pick enough to sway you to Storm's side for this draft?
I just feel like nah. Brile's. Wait, see, it's Brile on the Terrorblade. Told you.
Brile on the Terrorblade.
Moo does not play
on
the hero.
The Veno.
Okay, now I believe the Storm will actually win. Because Brile plays a really good Terrorblade.
Moves on an offlane type.
Yeah, I'm going for paiN. But
Really?
I'm going for paiN, but I think J Storm will win.
Too late. I mean, you already said Storm. Never mind. It was switched.
Well, I'm definitely gonna go for Storm here. You see Veno, you pick Veno. This hero is absolutely bonkers, and you picked the wrong hero. Invoker's not gonna carry them this game. They needed a Storm, and now they're gonna lose because of it.
Every game this patch I've seen that I'm not like too excited about the last pick, I always pick the other team. So I'm gonna go.
All right, fairly split. I'm curious to hear what our commentary team thinks about that. How about it, Kuala and Grant? What do you think?
That's right, Shiver. Well, you have a nice little panel up there, and that's all great. But we got the legend analyst Grant here.
And first off, one side Dakota, he said Moo never plays TB. He went 4-0 with it in King's Cup, carried a game single-handedly in 40 minutes. It's whatever, though, Black. You're doing your best up there. And we
Thanks, Grant. Glad to have a true analyst on our side.
It's good to have one.
An all-NA affair. It's going to be an exciting one. Most of them are leaning towards J-Storm. Do you think that they're going to be able to pull it, or do paiN have this one?
I don't think so. I think paiN's got this one. You've got HFN on the Troll, and then you have this. They just pick Spirit Breaker and Dirge every single game. Like, they're figured out.
All right, well, gentlemen, have fun with it, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Yes.
Awesome stuff. All right, Grant, here we are. It's time to get into it. I know it's been a while for me to be on the main stage. I don't think we've ever been together on a main stage event like this.
No, I don't
so
think
it's going to be an exciting time.
I'm getting nervous. I'm getting shaky.
I'm a little sweaty already.
That's fine. I like the plaid.
Thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mostly camera people really hate all the stripes, but hopefully it's going to be good enough. Oh, I liked how they had Kuala up there. That's a little throwback, too. All right, so we have J-Storm versus paiN Gaming. A lot of emphasis that the Troll's going to have a real difficult time this game because there's just so much to deal with. You got the heavy magical damage coming out from the Venomancer, of course. You have heavy lockdown, BKB piercing lockdown. So you got to consider Lincolns, you got to consider BKB, you got to consider all these things, and you feel like that's going to be prolonging the damage output that Troll's going to be able to do. Yeah, Magnus is there and he'll help out a bit, but you know, is that going to be enough for this Troll to have any sort of a, you know, coasting time in this game?
I'm not sure. HFN plays Troll like a lot differently than most people. He'll just sit in the jungle. Troll, sometimes you want to get involved. You know, you go to the battlefield, maybe not. You just want to farm, but you have that empowered. HFN doesn't. He will just farm up a storm. If he gets 2k ahead, all of a sudden he'll be 18k. Your carry will be 12k.
Yeah.
And I think HFN, if he finds a game like that, they're completely okay with that. And meanwhile, J-Storm, they're just going to want to run at you. I mean, that's like always their strategy. Yeah. They just want to run at you. Spirit Breaker, they have a Winter Wyvern sitting behind. I don't know. And you have this Tiny who just does 800 damage at level 8 for some reason, and it's a pretty good hero.
Yeah, lots of bursting potential there. We'll have to see if Forever is going to be able to unleash that fury when the Tiny does come online, rather. So, talking about just like skill of J-Storm, Grant, since this is the first time we get to have you on the mic, where do you think J-Storm like currently stand in the scope of like, let's just say the NA scene? Are they next to EG? Are they behind? Are they actually kind of getting near the top? Where would you place them?
I would say they exactly where their seed was in NA. I think third place. I think EG and Ford are probably a full tier, maybe a tier and a half above them. But then you've got J-Storm, and I think they're a little bit better than Cole, who, you know, unfortunately went down in the minor. Looked actually pretty rough right there, but I think they're an extremely good team. And I mean, Bryle, youngest star, right? We've been talking about it for some time now.
Oh yeah. He's been making a name for himself. He was at that first King's Cup, Cup again. You know, that was the first time I saw him really make a name.
Esports,
that's right, making a huge name for himself. His Invoker was just doing some wicked stuff. And, you know, here he is on the major stage.
I like this, too, on Terrorblade. Like, you don't see him often, right? We've seen him play his Invokers, other heroes. Like, he's getting a chance to carry. Maybe this is it. He's like, you know what, we're losing games. Give me a chance to carry the game. And on TB, what better hero is there?
How would you describe him as like a carry player? I mean, you were talking a bit about HFN. He's a very farm-centric kind of a core. Would you put the same onto Bryle, or do you think he gets a bit more proactive at the play?
I think Bryle used to be a little more proactive, but he realized, like, in this patch, while we watch slowly Malong gets pushed back, he definitely farms a lot more when he's on, like, a TB or someone. You don't see him play these quaps anymore, so yeah, I think that's just the meta in general. And Bryle, I mean, he was on Wind and Rain, right? They were the only team who took a game off OG during the qualifiers, so
they're a big
pretty
deal.
Good.
Yeah.
They are. They're a pretty big deal. Yeah, J-Storm picked up by Jeremy. I'm not sure about the name, but
the
whatever.
Name is suspect, but there's been other names out there, Digital Chaos, that's somehow just flown by no problem. Look at this lane, a melee duo, and we got to see, unfortunately, they made punished right then and there. The first blood is going to be going the way of Malon, and as we see King RD shove them back, he's going to try to make it back and away, but a pause will come out. It looks like it's just going to be delaying the inevitable here, and a first blood and second going to be going down, it looks like, for J-Storm in this top lane.
Yep. Is he gonna? I think Magnus might be okay.
Yeah?
Because Tiny doesn't have tree, and he spells, and Winter Wyvern's Arctic Burn wore off, so he is slowed by Spino. Now he has 7-6. He's good. He's actually good, but he will have to use this like stick and healing salve, which doesn't feel too good this early as Magnus.
Yeah, because by the time they come back to the lane, like, I feel like the balance of power is already then going to begin to shift towards J-Storm. Just already bowling the brew out of the lane. He's going to be missing a chunk of XP.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough time for him already.
So Tiny did get skewed over, and he just bought boots straight up. So we'll see if maybe he wants to cancel the Potion of Magnus, but I think Magnus will just back up, wait, handle, TP in, and...
Yeah. He can eat into the trees, try to pop a salve real quick.
This is
fog.
It is strange, though. It's a safe lane Panda. They want to get him farm. Meanwhile, bottom, they put their troll down there versus a Veno and Spirit Breaker.
That feel too good. I mean, Spirit Breaker...
Not the best in lane, I guess.
Is he going to be hanging in the lane that long?
He should be. I mean, I think you have to, right? Like, roaming's just kind of dead in this patch. The problem is, like, Spirit Breaker, he wants to play like an ogre, but he's like a poor man's version of an ogre.
Very true.
Like, he's only 4 armor. Ogre has like 14 or something at level 1. He'll just go hit you. Spirit Breaker, little less tanky, but... honestly, this should be a pretty good lane, I think, for the Troll. Even though he's versus the Veno, like, early levels of Veno don't do that much.
Is this like the critical lane, you think, for paiN? It looks like top is obviously not going to be going their way. Mid could be a wash, let's say, so bottom has to be critical for him. But already, trouble coming for him in that bottom lane. They did a little bit of pressure onto the troll, hit him up with some poison, but it looks like he's going to be able to kind of shrug it off a bit. But the harassment is certainly coming through.
Yeah, it is. I think the big lane might honestly come down to this Invoker versus Terrorblade. I think both of those are like the official carry heroes. We talk about Troll, but I think DSJ put it best. Like, he's just going to be slowed. He's going to be ulted by Winter Wyvern, ulted by Venom. What's he going to do? It's going to be all up to that Invoker. I'm curious. Okay, he's not going in XOR level 2 yet. We haven't seen many XOR Invokers yet, and it doesn't look like we will.
I mean, Weeha always has kind of a unique style for Invoker, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He pulled out something, I can't remember what it was. Wasn't he one of the, like, what was that item? Can't think of it now, unfortunately.
I thought you were going to say, like, when Wex stats back, when you could skill stats, that'd be pretty high.
Vanguard? Was he? He's the one that was getting Vanguard?
Right,
yeah, Vanguard.
Ooh, Tavo.
Ooh, pressure on the Tavo again. He already handed over that first blood. The charge is out, maintaining the vision, maybe reinforcements on the way, but they turn it right back around on the Milan. The charge on 4, he pops the stick. Tavo's still in trouble. Tiny pushes him back, and they each go their separate ways.
Yep, and March stopped his charge. That charge is soared all the way from bottom to top level 1. You're just moving. He is going to go on Misery, but it's a bane. I mean, one bash will be a kill.
He might just get it. Oh, the Tomahawk's coming out. They're trying to slow him down, but he will eventually bop him down with the Lantern. He will fall 2-0. J-Storm.
I mean, feels like paiN's almost playing into J-Storm's lineup. They know J-Storm's going to want to run at him, and like these are the worst possible lanes, it feels like, for paiN right now. And even, I mean, look at TV. TV's winning middle handily.
Yeah, this is
a massacre middle.
Looking pretty clean right now for J-Storm. I don't know really if paiN can do any sort of rotations to kind of mend this a bit, you know? Everyone's kind of pretty stuck in their spot. bane can't really step away from Troll side, and if Tava was to step away, I feel like this Magnus would get bullied too hard.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with this patch now is it's just so hard to roam middle unless you have someone like a Yaps, or every time he ganks, he gets a kill. Like, if you just fail one gank nowadays, all of a sudden you have 2 lanes losing.
Part of the reason that we don't see a lot of Earth Spirit anymore.
Exactly.
You know, one of my favorite heroes, he rolls in mid lane and fails.
It's over. It's just because he'll probably die too. He rolls in, fails, he dies as well. Like, oh my goodness, you just have to be godlike to play those roamers.
Yep. We'll have to see if the upcoming 7.20 patch, which is supposed to drop just after this tournament,
like the day after, right? I can't believe they declared it.
Shift it out. Well, people were getting really anxious there, and
yeah, they were.
I don't think there's going to be another patch stream or anything like that. So
it has to be a big one, right? Like, this has to be a huge patch.
Oh, for sure.
I would love if they just like reduced like Ogre's armor by 1. That was the patch.
It's the first like big main patch since TI, right? They've done balance changes since.
Yeah, they have,
but no big changes. Okay, bottom lane, Sleep Sunstrike setup doesn't get more classic than that. And to help chop things up, it is going to be HFN, aka the Archangel.
The Archangel. We were arguing about. Well, we weren't arguing. You asked me. You're like, is it Archangel or Archangel? Or Angel? I don't know what the hell you're saying. But middle lane, Weeha's in a lot of trouble.
Blast from above and far away. Weeha goes down. Speaking of mid lane rotations, if they do finally come out, J-Storm with a 3-man hit onto Invoker. I mean, that lane was already going pretty nice for the Terrorblade. Now it's only going to get that much better. J-Storm off to a pretty hot start.
This hero, man, just Terrorblade, like, I don't know, he just feels like he can win any game. You could be down 10k. Like, we saw that. It was Moo at King's Cup. They were down like 15k. He just sat in the base and farmed jungle and base.
A team that might get too relaxed would just be sleeping on a potential Terrorblade to just come from the shadows farmed up. Here we see just King RD just getting absolutely assaulted by Bryle, unleashing the full Metamorph. No chance for him there.
I don't think they thought they were going to stick around. Look at, they're still sticking around. Winter Wyvern and Spearbreaker, they're just not leaving middle.
They don't need to be back at their lanes, and they're just going to remain in the shadows and just keep paying questioning. They don't seem to respect the fact that they are going to be able to come right back into action. Weeha, self-Sunstrike, trying to get March off his back. March looks to rotate and jump out and away. King RD wants to chase, skewering on forward, and does get the last hit in.
Yep, that was a nice decommittal from Radiant, but they were just too deep there. March tanked like 5 tower hits and did dodge a Sunstrike, but I don't know. It still feels it's a little more than 500 gold lead for paiN, but this TB, we've seen it. He's just always a ticking time bomb of a hero.
Yep. I mean, if you're already having a good time now, it's only going to make things easier. It just puts the pressure onto paiN to kind of do something about it. They had one minor rotation there, but I still don't think they have too many options to be able to rotate towards that mid. But bottom, yeah, they do rotate over after Magnus. Swing and a miss on the skewer. comes from his journey into the mid lane. Meanwhile, Tavo is going to get dropped from Forever, but we'll keep action
Nice
here.
block.
Potential chase from behind the tower, but King RD thinks otherwise the second that March rotates in.
We didn't really talk, I don't know if the panel or us did, but I mean, it is a position for Magnus.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure like what was going to be happening with the farm delegation there in that top lane with how it was set up, but after the rotation, yeah, it does seem more clear. He's a 4-position roaming, mild farming Magnus. So is that good? Is that bad? That does lead to believe that the Blink Dagger is going to be coming in quite a bit later. Tavo in trouble top lane in the meantime. One tree toss, boom! In the back. That can't feel good, Grant, when you eat a full tree trunk to the back.
It really can, especially because this top lane, Brev's just having a great time. King RD is keeping. I'm thinking like Troll is decent versus TB, especially in that mid game, like because Troll just gets on top of TB. But the problem is he needs to be reasonably far ahead, and right now he's about 3,000 gold ahead of TB, so it's going decently. But I don't know. The problem is Magnus is doing all the roaming, so we can't just sit bottom and empower this Troll.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead, you just have a baiN. Man, baiN's one of those heroes, like, you just, that's all you do. You own the laning phase, and then at 30 minutes in, you're like, well, this is the most boring game of Dota I'm ever going to play.
At least he has potential with, like, Sunstrike setups, let's say, with the Invoker. So there is
So you're setting up your other team, like, I'm doing it, boys.
Yeah,
there's a sleep.
Got to get your hand in there somehow and help out, I guess. But, yeah, you're right. Things do definitely flatline quite a bit for baiN once he gets to the laning phase.
But he's just such a strong laner, so it makes up.
And he can do support duty later on, get those wards down. I'm sure he's making the calls as well. So might be for the better that he doesn't have too much to tremendously focus on within the game. Potential pressure here onto Weehaw in the mid lane. We see an Invis Milan Wyvern around the corner. March is already behind the tower. Rotations are coming now. A baiN within the trees. Looks like J-Storm may decide to pull out. Sleep though.
Wake himself up, yep.
Looks so easy when you have an illusion hero like that, but charges out. They're putting more focus on the Weehaw. He is the bigger cookie to eat. It looks like they'll get him.
Yep.
Nice grab.
Give him mouse a cookie or whatever. Whatever that milk thing is. We're going to assume Misery's milk here.
Give that mouse a cookie and milk.
I will say it is currently 7-2 in kills, but paiN's up in gold. And the biggest thing is this middle tower is super healthy. This has been 3 metamorphoses by TB now, and Weeha's done such a good job of defending the tower, and I mean, kills are good and all. Like, J-Storm loves kills, but then you just wait, the gold grab.
How does that
paiN.
even happen?
It's just this Troll feels like farming top. Oh, the Sunstrike misses.
Skewer back.
He's going to fly over?
Trees. Denied.
Oh, no, he didn't.
TP.
Oh, Skewer.
Was not quite there, and he'll take the deny instead.
He definitely messed it. He TP'd, though. He didn't realize the creeps would attack him when he fell on the trees, but he just wanted a TP when he comes back alive, but doesn't give gold away, I guess.
Better than giving away a kill, for sure.
That is.
Everybody hits the showers there at the bottom for March and Moo. They'll rotate themselves back towards the lane. Still, HFN grinding that lane on that Troll. He is currently the highest CS in the game at the moment. Does share that with the net worth as well.
Man.
He's solo, though. So got to be cautious on who's out there on the map.
I'm getting nervous. If I'm J-Storm, you're focusing a lot on Weehaw, who, as BSJ said, is your win condition. This Troll's getting a lot. He's going to get another kill.
Yes, he is.
But the bounty rune. March did steal. If that's me playing, that's worth it 100 times, right? All 3 of your cores get the bounty rune. You may die, but maybe it's not, though. This Troll, man, he's getting fat.
It would be super worth if it was anyone but the Troll, for sure. But giving it to the Troll does make it a bit more of a wince, for sure.
And they put Moo down here to try to stop this Troll from being able to push. I mean, that's... Because Veno does lose this matchup early. It gets better as he gets items, but he's having a pretty rough one down here.
Yeah, what should Veno be looking to do? Veno is always that just toxic hero where you can kind of build up items so that you're extremely durable, hard to take down, and he'll be able to get a lot of dot damage before he is brought down. But is he just going to reside in the side lane like the whole game?
Yeah, I mean, you might see him change lanes from top to bottom, but he will just sit in a side lane. That's all Veno can do until he gets, like, 1 item.
Charges the high ground, looking to go on Misery. He's being annoying on that baiN, sapping him and sleeping him. Meanwhile, Bryle trying to finally get some damage, but there it is, the first RP of the game. Skewer all the way back. A little bit of a mismatch there for the Sunstrike, but they'll still get that finish. Bryle does go down, hands over a pretty penny to paiN.
And he almost, I don't think it mattered. He had Sunder and he almost got up, but I'm like, I was looking around like, it doesn't matter. He's Sunders, he's still going to die. Maybe it's a good idea because level 1 cooldown's pretty bad.
Good for paiN. They use that first RP and it comes up successful for them. Is that a good, with all of that combined, do you feel like it was an overinvestment to get down TB, or was it fine?
I think it's fine. I think as long as your Troll's farming, you don't care what the other 4 heroes are doing at this point. Like, this Invoker, he's in 3rd in the net worth chart. Like, he was getting dual lane middle, and he's just 3rd in the net worth now.
Okay. Charge out for King RD. Dancing behind the tower. They know he has no RP or anything of that nature, so they just bash him around and bully him down. Red's going to get the last hit on that one. Looks like he does have a blink queued up. Still has quite a ways to go.
I didn't notice. Have I never seen that taunt the Winter Wyvern one where he's like vaping rings? I've actually never seen that.
I have
one.
not. Oh no, I have seen. Does he flip upside down?
Yeah, he flips upside down, but then he puffs rings. Like, we get it, bro.
We get it.
We get it, okay.
Want some of this cotton candy, man?
I had, okay, at TI, they were selling cheap cotton candy. I didn't realize how dumb you look with it, but I just loved eating cotton. Dude, it just disappears in your mouth.
It does.
Just mind-blowing.
It feels like it's eating away at your teeth the second you have it, though. It feels like it could be a lot of sugar, so.
Ooh, bottom. Misery's smoked up. Finds Moo. Just straight up grip.
Grippy grip with the Sunstrike peppered on top.
And he gets the kill.
Just a nice little Tomahawk KS coming in. Perfect timing.
That's like best case. This is best case scenario right now for Dire. The middle tower is still alive. To Terrorblade's like 5th metamorphosis now.
Yeah, I still, and that's coming after all the rotations too that came in from Storm to bully Weehaw away. That's still happening now. Here he comes. It's March from the back lines, moving on through, but an RP to shut him down. The follow-up curse is there to hold him in his spot, and Bryle begins to go to work. A skewer of the high ground though takes Bryle out of the mix. Now it's going to be King RD swinging with the both of them here. Tags the shrine, and J-Storm will take their leave.
Yep, that's actually smart, mate. Forcing to use the shrine there. Now they know, like, if they want to fight around there, you know, get a ward there while they're farming the jungle. Shrine's not there to help them anymore.
Nope. Got Tiny. He gets some farm time to finish out that blink. I said he was quite a ways off. Well, now he's just like a wave away. So lots of time in solitude up there to be able to find the farm. But you could say the same for Troll at the bottom. He's got a Yasha now on his way to an SNY.
But I think you'd rather have a Tiny free farming than a Troll, only for like those first 50 minutes, because this hero actually does like 800 burst damage with a blink. It's actually insane. You get that Echo Save, you're doing like 1.2k in less than a second.
So what should be his priority? He gets the blink dagger. Do you just zone in on where the Troll is and try to take him out as much as possible?
I think you do that, or you could, I mean, maybe they're just fine. They're watching the Troll farm, right? Maybe you just keep bullying Weehaw. Just let the Troll farm bully Weehaw and hope your Veno and Winter Wyvern play the right game late.
Yeah, I mean, if all the chips end up on the Troll, then at least you know who you have to take out in the fight. So it can really go either way for him. Well, Weehaw's going to begin to pressure the tower on the other side now. Immediate fortification does come out. Rotations from J-Storm here, but it's Misery who's dancing behind that mid-tier 1 tower pretty deep. He's got some wards. Is he trying to get them down? March is going to stalk him to see if he can maybe scout where the ward would go down, but nice drop of the ward from Moo. And they have a charge to stop the TP. A nice little extra bash on top of it too. Misery's just trying to probably get some deep coverage of wards or get some extra intel there.
I mean, pretty much now J-Storm knows there's not like a ward up by the top rune, because that's where he picked up the Invis rune. They're just still playing super aggressive, so.
Ooh, using the courier to spot out where Milan is here, and he already used his Arctic Burn. He does have a TP.
He has ulti too.
But he's just going to awkwardly sit in his corner as long as Troll's not farming. He's like, sure. Meanwhile, mid lane, charges out. They're looking to go for Weehaw yet again. With the setup, with the Nether Strike, he really has no chance at all. Moo's happy to pepper him down with an additional poison damage, and he'll begin to just siege away down this mid lane.
Man, I mean, this Troll is free farming, but if Weehaw is gonna have this bad of a game, I'm just not sure. Like as the panel kept bringing up, just so slow. This Troll will not be able to move in team fights at all. Like maybe the first 10-second BKB he'll do decently, but after that, not much.
Yeah, panel is making a lot of calls for something like the Storm Spirit instead.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, do you think that? Oh, hold on. We got action here. Going in. Boom! Big RP dropped right on top here from King RD, and the Troll begins to chop away. Triple kill. Just like that for HFN.
How do you let the Magnus 3-man ult you with no blink? Just no blink. And now he just has a casual bug where he's bringing it down. They're just going to get a rope. Dude, HFN, I mean, this is what we said. He needs to be a decent chunk ahead. Weehaw isn't, but this Troll, you actually get a 3-man RP without blink. Yeah, you're going to win.
And he slid into that faster than Bulldog and the girl DMs. That was a real nice setup right there.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're just a modest 1K advantage. Even with that big swing of action there, not really taking over the game quite yet, but it definitely it definitely puts JStorm in a bit of a predicament to know that this troll is something to fear.
Definitely see there again. They just get that 3-man ulti. March kind of charges in, and they go too well. Misery's just gonna die here. They want to give it to Farab. They will.
Chases him down. They got that vision from March to see everything happening. Now we'll see if JStorm can kind of pick up the pace here. They have that tiny blink dagger. Time to bring in some kills here if JStorm want to kind of keep their advantage going.
And we need, I feel like both teams need a little more vision. Actually, you can see it's like 38 to 38% right now vision-wise, but you look on the map and the wards, they're pretty much in the same spot. Dire and Radiant both have one top and then bottom. They both pretty much have them in the exact same spots, which is a little bit strange. Because in most games, right, the team wants to like 4-man one lane while your carry's farming another one. This game just seems, I don't know if it's JStorm style play, it's just chaotic. Like there's not really lanes, they're all just running around. And that's what Spiritbreaker is good at, I guess.
Yeah. They now like, oh, we got a collective of items. Let's figure out ways to kind of put them to work here. Right now they're residing mostly at that top lane. You're seeing the opposite happen for paiN here down at the bottom. And they'll both begin to siege away at tier 2s. And you got, you know, Alacrity Troll on one side. So he can take towers pretty fast, but Terrorblade on the other.
Yeah, just as quick. I think the biggest thing is, oh, try to sleep middle. Big grip.
There it is, straight with the grip.
It's a pretty tanky guy, though.
No Sunstrike, there it is. Finds connection onto March and will secure Weehaw that kill.
All I was going to say is, if you are playing this, hey, we're all going to split each other off lane, having a Winter Wyvern's the best on your team, because he can D-push like anyone, as we saw bottom. You can just sit there.
It's nice. Splinter Blast has such ridiculous range, and you can target just one front-facing creep, and you can just be really safe on your pushback. Almost like Coddle-esque.
I was just reading in all chat. March said 20 no grip. I wonder what that 20 was for, because I think he meant no grip in ally chat, but he had the 20 written
No grip
for it.
Until 20, I think is what that means.
You think it is?
I mean, 70 seconds,
right,
1846.
Oh, Farab. Should get the kill on Misery.
Bada bang, bada boom. No finish, but that Sunstrike will get the grab on the Moo, though. Here comes paiN. There's the RP. They line him up. They got the curse. They got the finish. Moo going down, but Aegis. And the return. Look to bounce him back, the Deafening Blast, and now the Troll looking to fight on through. March is smacked down. It's Talbot who gets that last hit. 3-1.
They're just going to lose their base, aren't they? I'm really surprised HFN isn't pushing the base. They saw 3 heroes go down. You know TB's top because you have that ward. I'm really surprised they didn't just pressure the base right there a little. But they're fine, right? They know HFN is above this TB, but you also have to know TB is farming, so there's a little bit of urgency, I think.
Let's look into the Great Beyond, Grant.
Okay.
Fortune Teller, Grant.
Yes.
The game goes into like 40-minute territory then. Are we still confident on the Troll lineup?
I'm not. I mean, you almost have a... Doesn't Milan already have his Blink? You already have a Blink Dagger, Arcane Boots, Winter Wyvern. He will always get... I mean, this is Milan, too. I mean, he played Winter Wyvern when they beat OG that one game. This is like one of his best heroes besides Shadow Demon. I don't know. I just think the supporting cast of Radiant can just dominate the cores of Dire. And look at bottom. They're going in. Weehaw. Nice tornado.
Yep. Quick turnaround TP. Can he get a bash with one hit? Oh, he can't even get the one hit. Nice little spot for Weehaw to find that pocket within the trees. His hasty escape and that full rotation JStorm leads to nothing.
Magnus going though. I don't know, it feels like King RD plays a lot like a mini puppy. Like where they play these kind of tanky, strange heroes, and now he's just going Guardian Greaves first item Magnus. Just don't see that often.
No. And it's not like he has to worry about purging off a silence or anything of that nature. Just looking to go for what favorable sustain for himself and the team, I guess.
Now he's just farming. He's level 12. It just feels like now paiN's splitting up the map a little bit better. You see they're even smoked. HFN's just farming. They're waiting. They want someone to push up here, but all of Radiant's bottom. It definitely still feels like anyone's game. If you leave the troll unchecked and the TB dies once, I think the game might just be over. But Brow's done a good job of farming just how TB does. Hey, illusions. Hey, let's put the tower. I'll go farm the jungle. Easy peasy.
We've all seen the Terrorblade before.
A few times this patch. Just a couple. You know, we don't see much TB or PL. or more.
Likely to be on the sidelines in 7.20, I'm sure.
I'm fine with that.
He'll enjoy the time in the spotlight. Well, you can, sir. This may be your last event.
This was carry players. This was their patch. They're not next patch. They're not allowed to complain, right? Like,
right.
Offlaners had that one time when they were super good. Then they got nerfed to oblivion. That's what I'm hoping.
So, are you
carry.
telling me 7.20 is going to be a support patch?
Yes. Literally, Keeper of the Light. I already saw the buff. Illuminate does 900 damage and it heals without ags.
Oh my god.
And he's still not picked. I don't know. That's one of those heroes. We do see him occasionally, but like he just feels so off in this meta.
His like glory days were like during the Coddle Naga, Coddle PL.
Even worse days.
You know, he was that Uber who just funnel everyone around. And if you kind of wanted to stall games out for a long time, and you had like a core who wanted time to work with, he'll help you with that. But yeah, he's feeling like much more of a niche pick, though. Occasionally may come out.
One of those little things. Troll, not little, it's pretty big. He went Lincoln's before BKB, which I'm not... I really hate Lincoln's as an item, personally. I understand why he got it. I mean, they have, what, Winter's Curse as well as Spearbreaker's ulti, Sunder that can go through the BKB. I just don't know why he went Lincoln's this game, because he's probably not going to be the one getting Winter Wyvern ulted either. Bottom. Let's see him. They get him.
There goes the meatball, and Rev is going to be tough.
That's such a nice kill, because it's like all the kill pressure is off the map now. paiN pretty much gets a free tier 2 tower here. They know Winter Wyvern might be around, so they just have to split up, but it should be a free tower. That's a huge pickup.
Weehaw is dominating now, which says that he went from 0-4 to now 4-4. Yep. Good for him. RP comes out, and they begin to swing out, but it's Ryle. He's just hitting it home from the outskirts with that Metamorph. Long tornado. It is going to get sidestepped, but they continue to fight it out. It's a 1-for-1 split if you count that for Rev. Now a takedown to Moo. paiN in trouble, and as Misery falls from the Nether Strike, it is going to be an immediate turnaround drop of March trying to tag that shrine. The rest of paiN will try to make a hasty escape. They didn't lose either their Invoker or the Troll. Cores on both sides relatively staying alive with the exception of Moo.
He just feels pretty poor. He is 4th in net worth, but they do get the tier 2 tower bottom as well. So paiN just slowly takes a bigger and bigger advantage. And this TB, you know, this is where you want to be if you're Brawl, though. You're like, no more of this Zeus Invoker stuff. Just give me a straight up carry hero. And if he doesn't carry this game, we might, you know, not see him playing TB anymore. This is your one chance. Like, you wanted to carry. And meanwhile, Frev just dies again.
Frev
bottom.
Brought down like what feels like 2 or 3 times straight. And, you know,
here you see King RD. A blink away by Milan. Nicely done. He blinked behind him, too.
Yep.
Well done.
Nice quick reaction there.
I love watching Milan play. He's one of my favorites. Like, when he was on Planet Dog, like, that team was so odd. And, like, this guy's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
33 net. And, or pardon me, oh, man.
Blink, Moo. A little poison jamming onto Misery, but is not confident in following it up with anything else. Looks like Roche is coming up fairly soon. So paiN want to kind of claim the area for themselves.
Yep, and we see it'll respawn in a minute. It'll be interesting to see how they play. It's going to be tough. I mean, they will have RP back up, but Winter's Curse, Veno ulti, both teams actually have heavy team fight. Very heavy.
Frev using his toss on the creeps nearby. If he's spotted from the high ground, he could be in a bit of trouble. There he's seen the jump in, and there goes the stomp. He'll tag the shrine. There's going to be a shrine used, though, in a very critical spot near, you know, Roche soon.
Man, Frev, he's tanked like 2 of the last deaths on J-Storm, almost tanks another one right there. He should be the one doing this, exactly.
Trying to get the grab on the Misery while he's just a little bit out of position from his team. They do finish him off, but here comes the reinforcements now. Wee swings in with a Tornado EMP, takes everything away from Moo, has no more resources. Meanwhile, Chippity chopping away. It's going to be the Troll. Crumbling apart Tiny like nothing, and he moves right on forward for Terrorblade, and he's just slashing him apart. Ryle trying to turn around, but...
Thunder.
Yep. Sunder not going to be going off, sir, and that is a godlike HFN Troll.
Yep. Oh, and Roche just, oh my, everything's coming up paiN there. It was, I mean, the Invoker did die in the river, but he got his 2-man EMP up, goes for the ulti, and now he might just be dead.
Oh, no.
Will fly away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, I guess there's the Lincolns. I guess if it's a, you know, a one-on-one battle, I guess maybe that's the thing. He assumes it's going to be like him versus the TB and can't ever just straight up Sunder the Troll then, which is nice.
I'm not sure if Ryle had the info if he had the Lincolns or if it's just the heat of the moment. I mean,
I think you just have to try, right? He's going to die either way. It's like, whatever. Maybe someone procced it or something.
jumping along, going to go for the swipe. Nah, I can't get it. It's going to be Troll who finishes him off and takes the Aegis. And Dire also got the Roche kill.
Damn, I told you, Troll, he can get ahead. HFN's 6K ahead of Bryle now almost. I'm doing math around, it's 5K, but still. And they get to look to pressure the base. I'm really surprised. Once again, I'm surprised they're not, because there's no Winter Wyvern. Winter Wyvern ulti actually feels like the scariest thing they're playing against, and he's dead and it's down. But they're going to take it easy. I think that's fine.
A lot of people would call it respect or maybe a lot of patience, but Moo, yeah, a little far from home, trying to split out some pressure a bit, but he gets easily handled, and it's another kill. Going to be going the way of HFN.
God, I think this might just be, he's 2.3K as well, has the Morbid Mask in his backpack. This Troll, he's hitting critical mass here in about one more item. So we'll see if TB can somehow defend the high ground, defend the base. They have a good chance, right? You have the Veno wards, you have Winter Wyvern, Splinter Blast Slam. I really think if you're paying, you think about pushing soon.
Yeah, they've definitely been slow at kind of making objectives happen. They have all outer towers, though. They have one more to take down here at the top lane, which they'd be moving towards. Meanwhile, March getting the jump. It's Misery. He is kind of the one, the one side de facto here for paiN, but that's not too bad. It's just a little bane. Lowest net worth in the game, not going to be handing over a whole lot to J-Storm.
Because he did buy back last fight, he is dead for a decent amount of time. I mean, it's still just a bane, but he's off the map. You have to feel a little scared.
Which means that Misery could focus more on the game, maybe make some calls.
Okay, guys. Back up. Done.
Keep doing what you're doing.
We're killing it, boys, I think. I hope. Oh, God.
Just raise that morale, be a cheerleader from the sides of anything, I guess.
Okay. Weren't some teams doing that with, like morale coaches and stuff? Wasn't that what Blitz was? A mental coach or something for what? I don't know.
A mental coach?
Is that not it? I don't know. We have the mental protector.
It's all that mental damage going in the games. You need that mental protector.
Dude, that's still one of my favorite names. MP, mental protector. I don't know why. It's a good name, though. It's a very good name. Quick pause, but this HFN with Alacrity, this boy, when he has Alacrity and Empower, he'll kill your base. He kills your base quicker than TB, I think, which is pretty rare.
How is J-Storm's high ground defense?
It is good. It's very good, I think.
It's pretty good. I mean, you have easy jump-in options and burst potential with Tiny. Wards, of course, from your Venomancer can slow them down a whole lot. And then a Winter's Curse kind of from the inside is a bit easier to set up, I'd imagine.
That's the biggest thing. You have the Winter's Curse, and you also have, you can't really just push it. I keep saying they should push uphill, but it's hard, right? If Tiny just tosses back the Troll, even with Lincoln's BKB, see you later. He could just go down inside their base. They have to be very careful because J-Storm's high ground defense pretty damn strong.
Yeah, it's true. If paiN do get separated, it looks like for their heroes, they don't have too much ways to jump and catch, right? It doesn't look like the Brew has a Blink Dagger, but I know Magnus had been obviously passing on that for quite a bit. And I was going to pose this question, and I'm glad he kind of went for it. He was going for that Greaves that you mentioned, and I was kind of like, well, why Greaves and not something like Pipe? He did end up going for the Pipe.
But you didn't ask me that, so you can't claim that you're smart.
It's true. I can't claim smartness there, but it does look like they do still favor that heavy magic mitigation. And then with a Greaves on top of it, I mean, it's going to feel like Venomancer's not really doing anything.
Yeah. I don't know. Pipe's just too good versus Veno. Veno is still pretty broke. Once you get that Ags and then you get the Poison Nova duration, I hope he goes that. Some players were going the Gale Hero Impact summons 2 wards for a little bit, but if you go Ags, I'm pretty sure you have to go plus 7 second. It lasts forever.
Yeah,
it is
all
insane.
That time where you can't blink or
do anything.
Yeah, it could be different.
Because it doesn't damage you through BKB, but it stays on even when you BKB. So right when you come out, exactly. Just annoying. I think J-Star, if they just survive the next 5 minutes, it's going to be pretty tough for paiN to push uphill. I think this next fight really determines it.
Curious if Mag needs to still get a Blink Dagger, even after the Greaves, just to have maybe an opportunity to kind of jump into the base, get a good RP, and bring them out from the base, let's say.
Feels like he should, but knowing King RD, I don't know. He's proving a point. I don't need that.
He's I am
trash.
A utility. I'm full utility, and he could, I don't know, he could get something else to just enable the Troll even further.
I already had a 3-man RP without a blink. I'm the man.
Yeah, I mean, he is the man to pull that off for sure. Let's see. I mean, he did obviously get that blink juke, though, so it is not the easiest thing.
Definitely not.
All right, March. Pretty heavy charge towards the top lane here. It looked like Milan was kind of chasing someone out. Misery nearby, but no one quite going to get caught. Oh, might speak too soon. Blink catch on March? Yes. That was there.
Charge. He has to do something.
No. Grippity grip for Misery. Last hit for Tavo.
Oh, the thing is, like, what does that kill get you, though? Like, it doesn't actually do much. Sure, March dies, but there's no Cure 2 towers to take, and paiN doesn't really want to push uphill, so while you never want to die, March is probably like, whatever, nothing's going to happen. But there's a butterfly and troll now, so now I'm getting more nervous.
Yeah, who's going to be hitting him at all? And Airblade doesn't really have an MKB or anything of that nature in the horizon. I don't know how you square up on this troll. I just don't think you do, but I don't think you're going to have much of a choice. We'll have to see.
I think one of the few things a lot of people don't look at, you always like net worth, but you look at the hero levels. TB is 17, and the other 3 cores are 19, 19, and 23 on the opposite side. This troll's about at 25 real quick.
He's just outside the base here. And what does that get him?
It's
Battle
not the
Trance
best.
Dispels.
Yeah, if that actually worked versus Van, it would be amazing. He'll get the Whirling Axis cooldown, which is nice, but
Yeah.
I think the level 20 talent on him is more important. That 50 damage
Yeah.
on troll is actually just nuts.
Yep. 20, that's better than 25 for sure. All right, here they are. First time to maybe make a move inside the base. Let's see if they can do it. First, the target is onto Farev. They try to save him up as best as they can, but they'll just easily bring him down. And now it's a move into the high ground. HFN confident to charge on through the back. He's got an Aegis to fall back on, so it's no big deal. Clearly takes out 1, takes out 2. Looking to go for the rest. Turns back. To go to work on the buildings. Curse is there, and oh my god. No chance for King RD. He is just easy food for the troll.
Sorry, did I miss Venno with his ulti? Because no one was tagged by it, but it's on cooldown.
He blinked past the troll and like dropped the ulti like right at the front gate.
They tried it. They want to get this troll at least once. He does still have the Aegis.
Yep. All right, Bryle's out there. He gets it done. Still has a little bit of metamorph time.
Yep, they know though. Once Metamorphosis is down, this hero, he just becomes a ton worse, but they still back out. All right, paiN is fine playing this slower.
They're definitely being patient with this.
And I think that's okay. Personally, I'm nervous. Like a TB 6 slotted with a Venno and a Winter Wyvern on his team. The problem in that fight though, Milan actually, he was just trying to set up a really good ulti, and I think he might have missed a cold embrace on one of his teammates. The Panda was just chasing down, but I mean, he gets that ulti off and Troll just one-shots anyone on his team, which is nice.
Yeah. Takes out that Magnus, but Magnus still gets to hold his RP, so we'll see if it's something J-Storm is going to be privy to as they make their way right back to the top lane again. They'll kind of finish what they've started already, getting that tier 3 down to half. See if they can go for the finish.
And this Tiny, it felt like he got that quick blink, but he just didn't do that much with him. This hero succeeds when he's snowballing in the mid game, and he died twice bottom lane, and that just like shut his game down.
Yeah, he got a blink and died like felt like 3 times.
Yep. Oh, whoa!
Click blinkety. Voids the trouble.
Oh, and he won. Oh, he's gonna come. He's sending the 4. He's like, go clean up that ward. Got it. God, that's worth. Wards are worth so much. As a core player, when you don't buy your own sentries and you get the ops kill,
yeah,
it's like 4 creeps. You just got 164 gold for killing that ward. Sure, I guess. It's free.
All right. paiN just kind of taking control of all 3 lanes with the exception of Bryle trying to push out this bottom lane as we can see, but he's even doing it from the safety of his illusion. Concerned at what could be around the corner. But I mean, it's all on Terrorblade, it feels. I mean, yeah, you have a good support staff on J-Storm that have a lot of different tools to be able to help the Terrorblade and take out paiN.
But you got 1 carry.
But you got one carry, yeah. You got one person to kind of really dish out a lot of the elbow grease, you know? Why is it called elbow grease, Grant? Is there grease on the elbows?
Because when you grease your elbows, it used to be a term for stay-at-home fathers who would grease the cabinets, and when they did it, the grease would actually trickle off the wood onto their elbow.
Wow.
Yes.
Now I know.
That's a Norwegian folklore.
Good stuff.
So he did take the Battle Trance Dispels, and I'm trying to... Okay, it dispels off Gale. Not the ulti, but it does dispel off Gale, so I'm probably the big reason he got that. Oh, all right.
Makes meat of that March cow right there.
Look at March pings the Tinker ward spot. He's like, they have a ward there. No, they didn't. You were just wrong space, wrong time, my friend. You got worked. I wish more teams use those versus non-tinkers. I think because there's one on each side, right? North, south, west, and east. I think they're very important wards you rarely see. They're so easy to counter too is the problem.
Yeah.
Because sentry wards are extremely broken right now.
And it's good like early on when people are not used to, you know, having them down outside of tinker games, but once people just recognize the value of them on any game, then yeah, they'll be countered.
Well, Troll, he is 6 slotted at 34 minutes, by the way. I mean, sure, the S and Y can change to something, but he is actually just jacked.
Yoked, right?
Yoked.
They have potential for a Roche soon, but it does look like they actually get a pretty unforgiving timer. No, 1
Not
minute.
terrible,
1 minute, not too bad.
Not the best, not the worst.
I think, I don't know, paiN's objective must be to at least try to take your first rack set with this year, if possible. But, well, look at this. J-Storm know that this is a very critical time. Look, they pop their own smoke inside their base. Are they going to creep out for a setup here?
Want to. Finding Tavo would be a pretty nice find.
They don't have vision on that high ground. It was taken down from paiN. Oh, jump in. Tavo, who uses his blink. He should be free food for J-Storm here. Oh, but he gets the split off.
Destroys all the illusions instantly with the wind.
Here comes paiN. If they can't get him done quick, J-Storm might want to consider getting the hell out. Oh, Troll's here now. They're all fighting within the trees.
Yeah, everyone's like, I don't know what's happening, but I don't like it.
They thought they had a good time being able to jump this through easily, but he's got that split, and it takes so much extra time and effort to bring him down. They do finally get it done, but Metamorph is going to be expended for it. And we have Roche coming up. He's not going to have it for the fight.
That fight was... It was just, no one really had vision. Radiant just got those wards right above the secret shop, but they weren't up at the beginning. Like, neither team wanted to fight into that kind of jungle.
Weehaw steps in, March.
Nice find.
Gets the hit with it, quickly pops the dust. And now Troll looking to jump in, pops his BKB, looking to go right for Moo to chop him down, gets it done. March to low ground to get the hit onto Misery, and is successful. Meanwhile, high ground, trying to swing out with King RD. And they got the glimmer. Bryle's going to be able to make it out from that. He's trying to get it done without the Metamorph, though. Looking to chop away. Cataclysm flies out. Massive damage. March eating a lot of it. Has to step off and away. Now Troll, though, surrounded quite a bit. He could be in a bit of trouble here. Bryle looking to go to work, but then they turn attention onto the Terrorblade, and he has to walk out and away. But that reflection is doing so much work. It takes the Troll out, and now Terrorblade can be able to swing in and clean up another. They're looking to go for Wii next. Is this the return of J-Storm now? Oh, yeah. As they fight their way on forward. Winner of this could move in and claim the Roche as well. Weehaw is going to be able to make it away. Buybacks, though, they don't want to let it happen.
Yep. Man, that was a great, and that's why you saw, even though they were up by like 10k, you see this Terrorblade. He can just take over a fight, and the problem is he's level 20 now. The 10-second reflection cooldown, especially versus Troll.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
If you weren't a believer, you saw it right there. That's crazy how much damage it did. His own worst enemy.
And that's the problem. Where does Troll? Troll doesn't go uphill from now. Like, cool, you got 6 slotted at 35 minutes in, but where do you go after that? Well, March is about to go to the grave.
And March go to hell in a second. Oh, but he slides out and moves in. Rips a big one. Right onto Misery. He's going to get poisoned up and try to just walk out and away. And the rest of J-Storm starts to take their move into the Roche pit. Misery does get finished by that poison. Nice EMP and Ice Wall, but oh, nice Manta timing right there. Bryle's going to avoid the EMP, lose no mana at all. Meanwhile, Ferret, toss up and back for safety, I suppose. And they're just flirting the front of this Roche pit.
Darn. That's the thing. Now that this Veno does have his ag, the biggest thing, 60-second cooldown. Oh my, and Tavo.
He has no split, so this should be a finish. Bryle Metamorph, because he knows he can get this and then run right back for the pit.
Yep.
You go for it.
Well, guess what? During those 2 kills, paiN actually gained 1,000 gold net worth. I have no clue how, but they did. I guess it's just Weehaw farming up top. Yep. But they're going to lose the Roche, and this is a pretty big Roche. Troll would have loved to have had this. I mean, he just doesn't go anywhere. They are going to buy back, though.
Weehaw, what you doing?
Oh, they're smoking. King RD and HFN.
They've spotted Wee under the ward, walking on in, so they just easily curse him up. They hit him with a burst combo, and he's down and out. Does have a buyback if they want to continue to fight around this pit. I mean, Troll's right there, and you have King RD. King RD has an RP and a blink ready to go.
That was definitely a little miscommunication.
Could they jump in real quick? They're going to jump in real quick and do the buyback on Wii? Cataclysm maybe?
Cataclysm with the ulti of Mag. They could. Mag doesn't have the mana really, and yeah, they're nervous.
All right.
You whiff that, you could just lose the game,
It's
right?
true.
You actually just like lose the game, like, whoops, I missed.
And it's not really at that
Invoker
point
bought
where you
back.
have to do it to win.
You're
you know?
6K up, yeah.
But man, it looks tempting.
It would. I would do it if I'm Magnus. I just jump. Even if Troll's like, I'm not going with you, I'm like, all right, see you later.
Well, I want to be a star.
Yep.
So
Nope, well, I missed.
well, now I'm a failure.
Yep. Now this is starting to look a little bit rough for paiN. I think they have, honestly,
Did they
I
take
hate
it
to
too
be that
slow?
guy. I think they did. I think they have like one more fight in them. If they can't take a fight, this TB is just going to shred him because, as I said, Troll, he won't. He's not going anywhere. He just bought a Blink to replace his boots because he needs the mobility. He doesn't have another better item. Like, he's at max capacity.
Yep. Moon Shard or something, but yeah.
Ooh. Moon Shard. Well, how much night vision does it give? I always forget.
What, 70?
Yeah,
The number
74 or something. I don't know. That's the one big thing. This we didn't talk about. Spirit Breaker's level 10 talent, the 600 night vision. God, night vision talents. I think 3 heroes have them. There's a reason. They're so good.
Yep. All right, here we go. The other side now. For what feels like the first time in this game is a siege from J-Storm moving into paiN's turf. Not going to really get a whole lot of advancement at the moment. Still kind of lingering around the outside. But everyone is alive. Everyone's roll called, ready to go. So let's back off. Still have time on the agent to work with.
When you were in school and you got like they said your name for attendance, did you say here? Or were you one of those like funny guys who said something else? Present.
Yeah, present or here usually.
All right, sure.
I got harassed though. I have a, you know, my name.
Oh,
And
yeah.
kids are I'm like, shut up, man. Shut up.
This was my parents, and they're great people.
They love
They
the
gave me
Beatles.
this name.
Jump in from Moon. Oh, but he gets a bad welcome. But hey, Aeon Disc is going to get procced, and he's going to be able to get the Poison Nova off because of it. Looks like, though, Brew will continue to pursue onto it. Look who's sweeping in from behind, though. It's going to be Bryle with the full Metamorph, and he rips apart Misery and looks to make chase onto King RD. Skewers march down the low grab, pops the RP, and Troll's going to help finish it off. Here comes the Cataclysm. Not going to be able to find too much damage, it looks like here, but Weehaw is going to pincer and get a beautiful setup onto 2. Looking to go for both Moo and Milan, but can't get a finish on either. Still holding strong, though, make it to the high ground and be A-okay. Meanwhile, though, Troll fighting forward, looking to go for Bryle. It's Bryle trying to run on out.
Leon's dead.
They're trying to help him. They do have a little bit of assistance here coming up from the Wyvern, trying to keep him alive, but the Skewer to shove him back. The toss up and down. The Sunder comes out. He's able to hold on. Turns it around and swings it away and is able to get it done. Oh, and Tavo going to be next.
Wow. Did I miss? Oh, Spirit Breaker got the ulti out. I'm like, did he cancel his TP? March canceled, and well, I personally said I was like, one more fight, we'll know who's gonna win this game, and well, you've seen it. paiN, I mean, Troll, he's 6 slotted, and he just can't do anything in fights. He actually, his BKB wears off, and he just does absolutely nothing.
Poisons and slows and the reflections. The reflections, Grant, my God.
It's too much for me.
This is too much.
That ability, I don't know, terrible.
We canceled his TP. He was spotted though. Was it canceled or did he cancel it? Oh, I didn't quite see that. But Rev gets him, finishes him off, and now Weehaw is going to be forced to buy back to defend his own base. They've already got the tier 3 down. Troll steps in, tries to slow him as much as possible. They do manage to get that finish, and an Aegis is going to come out now from Bryle, but he just pops a BKB and goes right to work onto the racks.
Moo kills Misery just from another ulti Veil. That's all it takes.
Dang.
It's so good against these cores. Look at HFN just stuck in base against the Venom ulti that's still on him. You can't do anything. And well, I think this about sums up both teams a little bit. Like paiN, right? They play the Visage a lot because they like these high tempo games. And I mean, Troll's another version of that. And unfortunately, J-Storm, they weathered the storm. And I do want to say, I think paiN did play a little. I thought J-Storm played pretty amazingly, but I thought paiN did play a little slow. It's not over yet, pardon me, but yeah, it's looking rough.
I can't help but I'd be curious to hear the panel's thoughts on it. But yeah, if paiN playing a little too reserved or not may have been, you know, an attributing factor into the outcome. But you're right, game's not over. It's a 9K advantage at the moment for J-Storm, a 31-29 game.
Milan's farm, sorry, he has a sheep stick. Like Winter Wyvern, that's why I've always loved Milan. He's greedy without looking greedy. Like when you watch someone say like Yapsa play, like this guy's greedy. He's good, but he's greedy. Like Milan, he's like casually greedy. Like, yeah, I guess I'll steal from children. I don't know where I'm going with this metaphor, but he's casually greedy and he gets farm, and now he has 2 big disables, right? You Winter's Curse somebody, you Hex another one, all of a sudden, you just have the support that's just owning.
The Milan's the kind of guy who would take candy from a baby.
And not apologize.
And not apologize. Eat it in front of his face. All right, here we go. Is this... I don't want to say desperation, but this is a hard move from
they scan it
paiN
too.
to try to find the way to pull themselves back into a more comfortable position. But as you mentioned, the scan may have read their movements, and J-Storm are going to play a bit more defensively before they can find out exactly what's going on. Jump in, skew it forward. It looks like Moo may be a potential sacrifice, but they know he has that Aeon disc. He'll be surviving long enough to at least get the Poison Nova off, and he has a buyback. So it's worth for him to be able to pull out paiN and let J-Storm assess the situation. Now Bryle trying to go in and go to work as it's the Brew, trying to pressure onto Milan and force him back. If they can get him down, he's still holding the Sheepstick and the Curse. Dishes out the Curse. Immediately going to get the finish on the Misery. Cataclysm doesn't find Milan. He's still able to survive. And now Bryle able to go to work, move in. RP though stops him in his spot. Control, hang, and stay alive as he pops Satanic, looks to fight and back. It's doing a decent amount of job, but Bryle slides out and away. And it looks like paiN might be able to swarm him here. Milan is desperately trying to help him out. He still has a Force, and he still has a Cold Embrace. And they're going to be fine. They still hold on just fine. And J-Storm will fend them off. Terrorblade has the... He didn't use Sunder once. He has the cooldown. That's the thing. Milan, right? You said it. Milan's just like over here just using every ability on him. He knows. He's like, you're the carry, and Moo gets another ulti, and this troll, he's in a little bit of trouble. Yep, there's that Hex. It's locking him in a spot without the magic immunity. He just can't even move. Stuck with it. That's slow, and he'll just ultimately drop down. Yep, he's out 2 minutes. This might be the beginning of the end right now. Find King RD. Yep, this is looking pretty good for J-Storm right now, and guess what? I kind of talked about it, though. Bryle, give him the hard carry. He wants to carry. Guess what? Looks like he did. Maybe you start playing a different strategy all of a sudden. You got this mid player. But yeah, the GG makes it official. Yep. And what looked like a pretty good game for paiN. I mean, lanes were working out pretty well for him. We certainly saw the action and the farm go for Troll. Yeah. But the persistence